Hi, welcome. I am PixelPia, and I will be your guide in today's video, where we are entering the world of artificial intelligence. Today, we will look at how multi-language AI models like ChatGPT and Gemini can be a source of innovative ideas for YouTube content. The prompt I would use today, you can use for more than YouTube videos. You can use them to create blog posts or Instagram reels, just with a few short changes. But we are about to uncover the endless possibilities these tools offer. And with their help, we can enhance our creative process and expanding our reach. If you missed my live stream on Monday, we talked about some unusual ways we can use these tools for the creative process. Today, we will be a little bit more focused. I will go through 5 prompts. In the description, I will have a link where you can download your own copy of the prompts and use them with a couple of changes for your own process. So with that said, let's move over to my computer. And as you can see, I'm using the model 3.5, which is the free model. And the prompt we are going to use here is generate a list of unique and engaging YouTube videos, ideas focused on, and you replace with your own topic. Each idea should cater to different audience interests within the niche, ranging from beginners to advanced levels. Include potential titles, brief descriptions of the video content, and how these ideas could appeal to an international audience. So let's change out the topic here and say in this first case that we want to baking on a budget. Of course, you can use your own topic here. And if you're not doing YouTube, you can change out YouTube videos to blog posts or TikToks or whatever you are using. But here we say baking on a budget. And let's send this prompt. And while ChatGPT prepared that, we are going to do the same here in Gemini. And as you can see, I'm using the regular Gemini here. Baking on a budget. So we take the same topic in both. ChatGPT came back with, here are some unique and engaging YouTube video ideas focused on baking on a budget. Title, Bake It Simple, 5 easy budget-friendly desserts for beginners, and a short description. Title, Mastering the Art of Bread, budget-friendly techniques for advanced bakers. And then it says, each of these video ideas offers unique angle on baking on a budget. Now let's take a look at what Gemini had to offer for beginners. Title, 5 ingredient treats, delicious baking without breaking the bank, and a short description. And it also commented on international appeal here. Suggested the title and gave us a short description. Next is pantry raid baking, transform leftovers into delicious treats. So this was the very initial suggestion. But by using these multi-language models, we can go even further. So from here, let's say that I liked one of these ideas. Now we want to continue developing this idea. And I have my second prompt. Develop the YouTube video idea titled, and then we replace the title here, related to the topic. So let's pick one of these from ChatGPT. Make it simple, 5 easy budget-friendly desserts for beginners. So we copy that, go down to our prompt and replace the title with the idea we want to work with. And the topic was baking on a budget. And let it start working on that. And we do the same here with Gemini, and we choose the first title here. 5 ingredient treats, delicious baking without breaking the bank. And we replace that. So now let's go back to ChatGPT and see here. Here is the title and the outline. We got an outline for a video. Some key points to cover, and it suggests to use some potential interviewees or case studies and have an interactive element. Let's go back to Gemini and see 5 ingredient treats. First, we have an intro, around 1.5 minutes, a hook, introduce yourself, the challenge of budget baking, and solution and video previews. And then we have the main content. And they also suggested interview or case studies and an interactive element. So if you like this, you can go on. But maybe this wasn't exactly what you wanted. We are going to dig a little deeper into this prompt we have now, the suggested video. So now to step 3 in our idea generation here. I wasn't 100% sure if this was the video I wanted to do. So now I'm asking my multi-language model to evaluate the pros and cons for this video. Assess the strengths and weaknesses of creating this video. And let's start the same exact prompt on Gemini. So the results here for ChatGPT, and I used the video that it just outlined for me. Strengths, audience appeal, value for the viewer, engagement opportunities, and educational content. Weaknesses, competition, the complexity of the recipes, the availability of ingredients, and receptiveness to budget-friendly content, and an overall. So let's look at what Gemini gave us. The pros. So now we can go back and think, is this really the video or the topic we want to do? At this point, I have a couple of choices. I can go back all the way to prompt 1, where I just asked of 10 ideas on a specific topic. Or I can go back to prompt 2, where I selected one of those ideas and started developing the idea, and then go on from there with pros and cons and so forth. In this case, let's say that I liked the ideas, and with the information I got about pros and cons, I can see that the basic idea is there. I just need to tweak it. So my next prompt is all about alternatives to this. My next prompt here says, propose 3 alternative video ideas to bake it simple, 5 easy budget-friendly desserts for beginners related to baking on a budget. For each alternative, provide a brief description and then assess the pros and cons. The pros should highlight the potential audience engagement, uniqueness, and educational or entertainment value of each idea. The cons should address potential challenges, resource requirement, and any risk of misinterpretation or cultural sensitivity. So let's see what ChatGPT has to say about alternatives to the desserts there. And for the same prompt for Gemini here, baking without breaking the bank. So we start by looking at ChatGPT. Alternative 1, budget-friendly vegan baking basics. We have a short description, we have the pros and the cons. And for Gemini, we have the 3 alternative budget baking videos. Budget baking hacks, stretch your pantry staples further, with the description, pros and cons. So now we have a bunch of ideas. Whether we like them or not, we can always go back and start from the beginning. This is just to show you how we can use these prompts. But I have a final prompt coming up here that can be very interesting if you have found something that you really think you would enjoy doing. I have chosen one of the 3 alternatives, both in ChatGPT and in Gemini. And what I'm asking my multi-language model to do now is design a series outline for 4 to 6 YouTube videos based on, and then I pasted the title I preferred, related to baking on a budget. Begin with an overarching theme or question that these videos will explore or answer. For each video in the series, provide title and a brief synopsis that builds upon the previous video while adding new insights and perspective. So I hope you found some value in these prompts. As I said, you can download them in the description, and I will also try to share both my prompts from ChatGPT and from Gemini, so you can go back and look at the work I did today. If you try any of these prompts, or if you prompt yourself in a different way, please share all your experience in the comments down below so we can learn from each other. And if you want more examples and tutorials when it comes to how to use AI for creativity like this, I suggest that you subscribe. I will continue exploring the use of AI for different creativity outlets. So maybe I will see you back here next week. Until then, as always, stay curious, stay informed, and be part of the change. Bye.